You're it.
It is Wednesday because I'm heading out of town tomorrow. I am completely unprepared because I've been fighting illness for the past couple of days. And I'm wearing a Christmas shirt with Masters of the Universe on it, even though there's nothing Masters of the Universe related in this episode. But what else do you expect? I'm Robo. This here's the rewind. As you saw from the intro, Plunderlings are back, baby. It's been a little bit. This week, Entertainment Earth is posting up their exclusive Plunderstrong Fawn Rome. And it's a Plunderstrong in berry colors. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I just love the whole universe that the Plunderstrongs keeps building on, because you got your Plunderlings, little devious bastards running around causing havoc. Then the Plunderlongs, who to me are more of the thinkers, the planners, the sending out. And then the Plunderstrongs, you have your big brutes, the captains, the leaders, and then just, yeah. They're trying to keep everything in line, but it doesn't work. But the fawns are also, I can't say fawns without thinking, the fawns bring my favorite hatchlings to the group. They're so cute, look at them, 4 legs and a tail. At about the same time that the Entertainment Earth exclusive Rome goes up for pre-order, Plunderlings.com will have a hatchling crate, and that's where you'll be able to get these cute little... That comes with 2 hatchlings and a small pair of fists. But there's also the Plunderstrong Rome muscle crate. That'll come with extra hands, a pair of fists, a pair of small gripping hands for plunderling weapons and accessories, and then a pair of magnetic hands that allow them to pick up the plunderlings by their head. You know how they come with the magnets so the hats will stick on? The hand, and they can carry around the plunderlings. Because they're strong, plunder strong. From there we're gonna get into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or something TMNT-like. That's not actually TMNT, it just happens to kinda look like TMNT. Here's some updated pictures for the Rage Toys Samurai Force. I don't know what they're calling Not Bebop. The Turtles are seasons. Are the bad guys like weather events? Well, I don't know. Just bask in the glory of this painted prototype. I was already impressed with the sculpt and the options and everything else that they showed before, but putting it in color with all the beautiful blending and the detail work on top and the colors, oh man. I was talking myself out of this line, but they just keep trying to drag me right back in. I mean, I even like it as the Samurai Force pig thing, but you add on the parts that make it bebop, then look at it. Like the turtles in Samurai Force, it skews that line of cartoony and realistic, while making it different from a lot of the other TMNT offerings that we get. Well, okay, there's the Mezco, and then I guess NECA's done a couple of realistic types, and then either way. If you haven't found a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles line that you like yet, then I don't know what to tell you, because there are a lot of options out there. No release info, no pre-orders just yet, just on the way. Sticking with that theme, there's also the NECA Universal Monsters X Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Walmart exclusive Leonardo as the Hunchback and Raphael as the Wolfman Black and White editions. Yes, it's exactly what you're thinking and seeing. It's the same sculpts and accessories as when they were first released, just in a black and white color scheme. And why wouldn't they do this? It's partially Universal Monsters. Those were done in black and white. It's no different than what they're doing with that line. But I made the mistake of looking at the Facebook post for this and... come on, you don't have to buy these. Plus they're exclusive to Walmart. In fact, it says exclusively at Walmart Horror Fan Shop. Check store locations for availability. That's essentially forewarning you that you will probably never see these in person. I don't even know what a Walmart Horror Fan Shop is. So if you're mad about this, I don't know. Mad about toys, it's still a crazy concept to me. But either way, whatever. Here these are, if you're a fan of this line, and you wanted them in black and white. I'm sure that the other characters in this line will get produced in this same color scheme, and that means more money for future figures for the ones you do want. Like everybody screaming for Shredder as Dracula. There's funds going into that. And if not, then just wait. Just hold on. Just patience. Toys, action figures. Keeping with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and internet outrage and drama, Super 7 announced their TMNT Ultimates 2003 editions. Just this little tease. This, hey, here's the headshots, there's more to come. Again, remember, I'm recording this on Wednesday. They said the pre-orders would go up next week when they showed this last week, which is this week. So by the time you watch this, they have probably already been revealed, and all kinds of, well, I or there's a thing for I have the pleasure of not knowing a damn thing about 2003 Turtles, so I'm just kind of outside spectating all the, oh, okay. So I wouldn't have had anything to say anyway, even if I'd seen the full reveals and stuff, other than, yep, those are Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They're teenagery and mutanty, ninja-y, and turtley. Okay. I told you I was unprepared for this. I just have some pictures that I saved a minute ago. But if you're into it, you're into it. If you're not, again, there's lots of turtle options out there. Maybe Mezco will show some more at their upcoming MezcoCon, which they announced this week. We've already seen one repaint of their Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle set. Why not some more? They could do several different iterations on that same, just swapping heads and colors. Or maybe they'll show some other stuff from like DC or Marvel or Rumble Society or whatever they want to make. Actually, it feels like it's been a while since I've talked about anything 1/12 Collective that I was super interested in. It's summer, con season, they're gonna show off some stuff. Jumping back out here a couple hours later, because I was just in there editing, I was putting everything together, I slapped the Mezco graphic on my own background and I realized how similar they are. Let's put that back up, and then move me over, and then bring the Mezco picture back. What? What's happening here? Maybe they always use this graphic for announcements. I don't remember, because I've changed my background. Was it the past 6 months? God, has it already been 6 months? Anyway. Flipping over to Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified series and going back over some things we've already discussed because they went up for pre-order this week, here is the Mad Marauders Lowlight and Spirit Pulse exclusive set. Again, two characters that we've already had in the line, just repainted into Mad Marauders colors. Which, at first, I thought, I have no interest whatsoever in Mad Marauders. I have Spirit, and I don't have Lowlight yet, but he's on the list. But now that they've posted up actual promotional shots that we did see before, but going through them again, I kind of like the color scheme used here. Not enough for me to actually pre-order this, but I like looking at the pictures, and that's actually half the battle for me. If I flip through a couple of times, I'm content. And if those flips cause me to make a pre-order, there's the other half of the battle. Well, the other half of the battle would be keeping that pre-order. Maybe in a couple weeks I would get cold feet, or look through the budget, or look at the pile of stuff I haven't even opened yet and go, well, do I really need this? Click, 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 click. Because those guys are going to match up perfectly with the Mad Marauder Sergeant Slaughter, which is not a Pulse exclusive. It's available in other places. Just essentially Slaughter in that same color scheme. The blues really pop. You put those against some of the other G.I. Joe characters, some are muted, some are brighter, but that blue, that's pretty. And for some reason, I just love toys that come with toys that you can either use as props elsewhere, or they can hold it themselves. It's a weird thing to point out specifically, but that's where my eyes are drawn when I look at these pictures. Also up for pre-order is the Cobra Stinger, and we talked about this in length when it was revealed, but I do notice, well, thanks to some comments, that the rocket blasts that plug into the back, are those backwards? Shouldn't the red be right behind the rocket or the missile, and then a trail? This is another one. I didn't get the vamp. I was kind of hyped for the Stinger, but again, I come back around. Like I said the last time we talked about G.I. Joe, I'm getting to that point where I have all the characters that I want, and then things I'm being very picky about. And things, I mean vehicles. I ended up passing on this so far, but man is it impressive. I do like the look at it. Again, the pictures keep drawing me back to look at. It's like, hey, especially this one. This is my favorite G.I. Joe picture this year, I think. Because, just imagine, I mean, reaching in, grabbing that gun, that seems so just immersive. That's what I feel when I look at this picture. I am immersed into the realm of G.I. Joe. And yeah, I said realm. I said realm. I ain't taking it back. Hasbro did an unboxing for this vehicle this week. A surprise out of the blue fan stream that I missed until afterwards. During that fan stream, they also revealed Nemesis Immortal. Now, you know that I already have a very loose grasp on G.I. Joe in general, but I guess going this far along into the lore, the timeline, I'm completely lost. To me, this is just a big, muscly, half-demon, bony top guy, which is cool looking. And when it comes to G.I. Joe, that's usually where my preferences go. The wacky, the wild. This is pretty wacky and wild. And if nothing else, it looks like it fits into other toy lines. Is this big enough to Marvel Legends it up? Oh, wait, I just had a custom idea. Do I want to get a brand new figure that's probably more expensive than the rest of the figures in this line, only to tear it up? I've done it before. I don't know. It's interesting looking, and when it comes to toys, that's what I like. In a toy line that I am not 100% invested in, that's what I like. Yeah. We'll have to see. But the big news for me this week was the Hasbro Marvel Legends fan stream. Now, I already did a fast forward going over most of these, so we're gonna go back around in case you didn't want to watch that, in case that was still too long, and just hit on every figure. And go as fast as possible. Werewolf by Night Man-Thing, up for pre-order right now. I can't wait to wrap my fingers around this thing. The Cabal 3-pack, we've talked about this several times. Just the big bads. Yes, I consider Taskmaster a big bad. Just 3 big bads updated. That's the basics. Odin, just a big brick of a figure. It's so good looking that it makes me want more Asgardians, even though that is not my main focus when it comes to Marvel. If all the rest could get this TLC, then yeah, more Asgardians. Venom, Let There Be Carnage Venom. Now this is the same figure as the first release, just with a couple of updates. The paint scheme has been made to look more like the movie, and then I think the most tempting thing for me is the tendrils coming off the back with little venom heads on them. Why do you want to do that to me? Come on, stop it. Retro carded Professor X in his Warlord costume from the cover of Uncanny X-Men 275. This was on my wish list, but I wasn't expecting it anytime soon. Yes, the colors are from the interior art, which matches the Lilandra we got in that 2-pack. But if we want to pair these up with the 3-packs of the X-Men and then the Wolverine, then he's gonna need a repaint, a reissue, and that was hinted at during the fan stream. I also predict this will be reused for X-Men 97 down the road, because there's also the first appearance type Rogue and Destiny 2-pack. Rogue's costume here could also be used in the X-Men 97 wave, because by the end of this season, she was wearing something very, very similar to that. A callback to this costume. And to the people complaining about the head, that's what she looked like 40 years ago. And then Destiny for the Brotherhood? Needed. That was higher on my wish list than Charles in his Warlord costume. Thanks to everybody who pointed out that the first Green Phoenix was 2016. That was 8 years ago. I will not complain at all about getting an updated version now, especially when it looks this good. I will agree that the greens look a little dark. I would have liked them a bit brighter. but these are promo shots. Who knows what it'll look like by the final release. I would have liked some neutral hair for Smiling Jean, but I absolutely love the swept back look for the I'm about to go dark Phoenix head here. And then the Phoenix effect. Is it weird that that's what I'm most excited about out of all these reveals? Don't get me wrong, I'm all over quite a few of these, but I've been hunting the internet for a while, and I'm sure it's out there, but I haven't seen it. An STL file, 3D print, translucent resin, something. I've wanted a Phoenix effect. But the teasing has gone long enough. Can we get Rachel with this effect? Or a Rachel in general? I will... Okay, let's not get hasty. I will buy 2 of these for an effect to go with my Rachel. I would love for Rachel to come with this effect. Please. Just finish out my Excalibur team. My beloved version of that team. That's all I'm asking. I didn't get my Werewolf by Night after pleading last week. Give me Rachel. From there, they went into the next Marvel Legends wave that will go up for pre-order this week. By the time you're watching this, it's already been up for pre-order, but I already have all the promo pictures. Brother Voodoo or Dr. Voodoo, depending on if you have the Eye of Agamotto on the cape. At first, I was like, already got it. But the more I look at the pictures, the more I like this. Especially the head with the painted skull part that looks just like it fades into the skin tone. The updated body. Yeah, gimme. I'm also liking Dracula in the red armor. I'd seen lots of people asking for this before, but I always thought, my Dracula is more classic looking. But you show me an action figure of it that looks as good as this? Okay. Weapon of Vengeance / Helverine. I like the look here, but not for me. Oh, I love the adamantium showing through the burnt away skin. Even the fire claws are kind of neat, but this doesn't do a lot for me. I have no attachment. And if that's the same for you, but you're still interested in the Build-A-Figure, this doesn't come with a piece. I like that they've been doing that in a lot of waves. The Iron Mans, the Wolverines, the high-profile characters that we get a lot, that you don't have to get them in order to complete the Build-A-Figure. So there's some consideration there. During the fast forward, I mentioned that I have a general idea of who Bloodstorm is, that I've seen her more in What If than actual comic lines, and y'all pointed out that she was in Mutant X. Well, guess what? I didn't read that. So my point still stands. I kind of like the look of Bloodstorm, but not up my alley. Damon Hellstrom, though, yes, a new character for my shelf. Yes, this is more of a modern look. It's essentially dude in pants, belt, gauntlets, and a tattoo on his chest with a trident. In fact, if you went, whoo, was that Namor? Was it? Yeah, it was Namor. Oh, no, it's Damon Hellstrom. It's Damon. Yes, I was calling him Damien, because why wouldn't I? A hell-related character? I finally looked at the package and went, oh, it's Damon. There goes 30 years of knowledge, but I'm used to that. Lilith! How did I miss the Frasier joke with this? Again, another character that I'm not really attached to. I have no experience with. I recognize Lilith, and I feel like the costume itself is a bit interesting with the fishnets and the colors and everything, but this does nothing for me. That's not to say that I don't think it should exist. I'm just saying, for me, that it's okay. This is for all you hardcore Lilith fans out there. I went into announcing the next local band again, didn't I? Oh, you Lilith fans out there, get ready for hell. Bringing it back around to the West Coast Avengers, which is kind of my guilty pleasure. There's Moon Knight with the gold. Between those new parts and the inside of the cape being painted black, I feel like this is the most visually pleasing Moon Knight I've seen in action figure form. Usually it's all just white. Wham! Here's Moon Knight. And you're like, oh yeah, it's kind of hard to discern the body parts from the overlays and everything. Nope, not here. I like the contrasts. Wish it was kind of a bigger body, but what you gonna do? And then the Build-A-Figure is Blackheart. And it took me a minute to realize this. I guess Marvel vs. Capcom has been announced for some kind of re-release or something. And then I remembered, oh, when I worked at Pizza Hut and that arcade game was in the front dining room area, I remember Blackheart being on there. But that is my only experience with Blackheart, and I didn't really ever use that character. And that's all I got to say about that. Like I said, these should be up for pre-order by the time you're watching this. I will reiterate that these are Amazon/fan channel exclusives, so online. If you're interested, go ahead and throw pre-orders in. Don't expect to see these on pegs at Walmart or Target. At the end of the stream, there was a tease of this gun. We're sure this is Kang now, right? I mean, the gun doesn't match 1000% exactly, but it is pretty damn close. I'll just say that this is probably Kang. I don't really get into leaks. And even if I do, I don't remember them by the next day because there's no plastic to lock them in my brain. So maybe Kang's on some kind of list somewhere and it tells specifically what it is. But as far as this guy, and that's all I have as of Wednesday. There's probably more stuff going on because it's upcoming cons and it's summer and everybody announcing stuff. But if there is, we'll swing back around, talk about it next week after I'm fully rested from doing some traveling this weekend. Special thanks to the Nobots, the Patreon. I am working on the logo, but for some reason it's kicking my ass. Back in the day, a lot of those cartoon logos, they were hand-drawn. So you go looking for fonts and stuff in the modern day and age and they don't match up completely. So I may have to get a little more intimate with it. We may have to break out the paper and pencil and ruler, some graph paper, something. See what happens. And no, I won't be at Joe Fest. I think there's another show going on, South Carolina. I will be in Jackson, Mississippi. Or as you're watching this, I am in Jackson, Mississippi at a smaller con. Just helping out some friends with a booth. It gets me out of the house. It gets me on the road. I see Comic-Cons. I get to meet people, talk in person, and I love that. It's fun. And so, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I will admit, after talking about toys for the past 30 minutes, 45 minutes or so, I do feel a whole lot better than when I started. At the first, in fact, when I was walking out here, I was like, well, maybe I should just skip this weekend because I sure would like to be in bed. But, oh man, joy is the best medicine. They say laughter. And yeah, I may have laughed a couple times this episode, but man, just doing what you love or the hobby that you love, yeah, it's good for the soul. Speaking of that though, P.O. Box pickups is kind of like Christmas. I do have a couple of play days planned, or well, 3 actually. Next week will be the small company play day, the indie toy, and then I have a Big Bad Toy Store play day scheduled for after that. But I am working on custom play day or P.O. Box pickups, and look at this Mezco styled Catman. Oh, when I opened this box, I thought, what the? That is fantastic. That is amazing. That is phenomenal. So yeah, we'll dig deeper into that in a couple weeks because I've already recorded the one play day. So when I get back from this con, I have a few days that I'm going to try to get some painting done. Relax a little bit, which is how I relax, is painting. And then I'll get together some customs. We'll take a look at those. Probably just in time for San Diego Comic-Con, which will be another hectic time of, oh my god, live streams. We'll be doing some live streaming from the convention. Until then, though, bye.